Best 10 Japanese movies of all time, according to IMDb. Hello and welcome to MoGame channel. When it comes to media, Japan is one of the greatest exporters of creative content. Whether it's Japanese films, video games, anime, or novels, the country consistently delivers quality storytelling combined with its own unique sense of style. In the realm of film, Japan has an abundance of great movies. Whether it's animated films that commentate on the triumphs and failures of humanity, or sweeping epics set in feudal times, the country is host to a legion of talented filmmakers. While there are more fantastic Japanese films than one list can cover, here are the top 10 Japanese movies on IMDb. So, enjoy the video. Number 10. Ran. Ran is a 1985 epic historical drama film directed, edited, and co-written by Akira Kurosawa. Released towards the end of his career, Akira Kurosawa's Ran holds a place as one of his finest films, as well as standing amongst the greatest movies ever made. Influenced by Shakespeare's King Lear, the story follows an aging warlord who attempts to pass his kingdom to his three sons. The final epic of his career, Ran is a culmination of all the themes and techniques Kurosawa expressed throughout his filmography. The film earned him his only nomination for the Academy Award for Best Director. This movie got a 8.2 rating from IMDb. Ran was previewed on May 31, 1985, at the Tokyo International Film Festival before its release on June 1, 1985, in Japan. Available to rent on Apple iTunes, Amazon Video and Google Play Movies. Number 9. Howl's Moving Castle. Howl's Moving Castle is a 2004 Japanese animated fantasy film written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki. It is loosely based on the 1986 novel of the same name by British author Diana Wynne Jones. Another classic from Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki, Howl's Moving Castle is set in a fictional kingdom where magic exists. When a young girl is transformed into an old woman by a witch, she finds herself befriending a wizard named Howl and travels with him aboard his titular moving castle in an effort to break the spell. Miyazaki has claimed that Howl's is his favorite creation, and he made it as a way to express his disdain for America's invasion of Iraq. Howl's Moving Castle also touches on feminism and ageism, offering thoughtful messages beyond its stunning visuals. This movie got a 8.2 rating from IMDb. Howl's Moving Castle premiered at the 61st Venice International Film Festival on September 5, 2004, and was theatrically released in Japan on November 20, 2004. Available to stream on HBO Max.
To amazing new worlds.
Find me in the future!
Aboard Howl's Moving Castle.
Number 8. Ikiru. Ikiru is a 1952 Japanese drama film directed and co-written, with Shinobu Hashimoto and Hideo Oguni, by Akira Kurosawa. Akira Kurosawa's 13th film, Ikiru, provides one of his most understated stories. When an aged man nearing retirement discovers he is terminally ill, he attempts to make the most of his final days. Despite a strained relationship with his son, he vows to make a mark on the world through the happiness he can leave with others. Commentating on the purpose of life and the acceptance of death, Ikiru explores themes that everyone will find relatable. The film is also Kurosawa's examination of what he considered to be a period where Japanese family life was falling apart. This movie got a 8.3 rating from IMDb. Ikiru has received widespread critical acclaim and won awards for Best Film at the Kinema Junpo and Mainichi Film Awards. It was remade as a television film in 2007. Available to stream on HBO Max and the Criterion Channel.
Happy birthday, August Day. Happy birthday to you.
Number 7. High and Low. High and Low is a 1963 Japanese police procedural crime film directed by Akira Kurosawa. The film is loosely based on the 1959 novel King's Ransom by Ed McBain. Wealthy Gondo is a company executive who is secretly attempting to stage a company buyout. However, when he receives a call claiming his son has been kidnapped, and he needs to pay a ransom to see him again, Gondo finds himself in a precarious situation. What begins as a tense drama soon turns into a police procedural, as detectives become involved in the search for the perpetrator. High and Low mostly serves as an examination of Gondo's character, as he is forced to balance his desire to achieve success with that of being a good person. This movie got a 8.4 rating from IMDb. High and Low was released in Japan on March 1, 1963. The film was released by Toho International with English subtitles in the United States on November 26, 1963. Available to stream on HBO Max and the Criterion Channel. Number 6. Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke is a 1997 Japanese animated epic historical fantasy film written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki and animated by Studio Ghibli. The fourth creature-filled film from Studio Ghibli, Princess Mononoke helped establish both of their names internationally. The film follows a young prince who finds himself in a war between the spirits of a forest and the humans harvesting it for resources. A portrayal of humanity's negative effect on the environment, the film refuses to paint a clear villain. Both the gods of the forest and the humans have understandable reasons for their side of the conflict, and Princess Mononoke presents the ideal solution as a middle ground between mankind and nature. This movie got a 8.4 rating from IMDb. The film was released in Japan on July 12, 1997 by Toho, and in the United States on October 29, 1999. It was a critical and commercial blockbuster, becoming the highest-grossing film in Japan of 1997. Available to stream on HBO Max.
You can rise to meet it if you choose.
Princess Mononoke.
Number 5. Your Name. Your Name is a 2016 Japanese animated romantic fantasy film produced by Comics Wave Films. Worthy of a spot among the top Japanese movies, Your Name is a romantic body swap anime film that tells the story of two teenagers living in modern Japan. The pair begin to swap bodies and are forced to live each other's lives for periods of time. In an effort to solve their dilemma, the teens decide to meet for the first time. The film was a major success at release and was praised by critics, both within Japan and overseas. Your Name is beautifully animated, while the story does a fine job of portraying the earnestness of young love and the awkwardness of trying to navigate your teenage years. This movie got a 8.4 rating from IMDb. Your Name premiered at the 2016 Anime Expo in Los Angeles on July 3, 2016, and was theatrically released in Japan on August 26, 2016 by Toho, and in the United States on April 7, 2017. Available to rent on Apple iTunes, Amazon Video and Google Play Movies.
お前が世界のどこにいても必ず会いに行くって。
あなたは誰？
お前は誰だ？君の名は。
Number 4. Grave of the Fireflies. Grave of the Fireflies is a 1988 Japanese animated war tragedy film based on a 1967 short story by Akiyuki Nosaka. Easily the most depressing film on this list, Grave of the Fireflies tells the story of a teenage boy and his younger sister. Set during the final months of World War II, the film follows the siblings' desperate attempt to survive as the war finds its way to their home. Animated by Studio Ghibli, the film is as beautiful as it is haunting. Grave of the Fireflies does not shy away from the harsh realities of war and its impact on civilians. The movie is one of the greatest war films of all time and a milestone in Japanese animation. Grave of the Fireflies has been ranked as one of the greatest war films of all time and is recognized as a major work of Japanese animation. This movie got a 8.5 rating from IMDb. The film was released on April 16, 1988, over 20 years from the publication of the short story. Available to rent on Apple iTunes. Number 3. Harakiri. Harakiri is a 1962 Japanese Jidaijiki film directed by Masaki Kobayashi. One of the best samurai films of all time, if not the best, Harakiri begins with an elder samurai arriving at the estate of a feudal lord. The samurai asks the lord if he may commit seppuku within his manor, causing the samurai to explain the events that led him here. An anti-samurai film, Harakiri criticizes the failings the samurai code held for its followers. When wars had been won and peace enveloped the land, samurai often found themselves without purpose, choosing to take their own lives by performing harakiri, resulting in a tragic waste of life. This movie got a 8.6 rating from IMDb. Harakiri was released in Japan in 1962. The film was released by Shochiku Film of America with English subtitles in the United States in December 1963. Available to stream on the Criterion Channel. Number 2. Seven Samurai. Seven Samurai is a 1954 Japanese epic samurai drama film co-written, edited, and directed by Akira Kurosawa. Directed by legendary filmmaker Akira Kurosawa, Seven Samurai tells the tale of seven samurai who band together to protect a village from the bandits who threaten it. Each of the samurai comes from a different background, but they all find meaning in protecting those that cannot protect themselves. Often cited among the most influential and best Japanese films of all time, Seven Samurai was adapted in America and released as The Magnificent Seven, placing it in a Western setting. The movie's storyline and concept of getting a team together can be felt in media everywhere, with the film's influence being felt in The Dirty Dozen, Saving Private Ryan, and even Avengers: Endgame. This movie got a 8.6 rating from IMDb. The film was released in the United States in 1955, initially under the title The Magnificent Seven. Following the 1960 release of the American remake The Magnificent Seven, the Japanese film's title was reverted back to its original title Seven Samurai in the United States. Available to stream on HBO Max and the Criterion Channel. Number 1. Spirited Away. Spirited Away is a 2001 Japanese animated fantasy film written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki, animated by Studio Ghibli. Animation house Studio Ghibli and director Hayao Miyazaki possess a filmography that rivals anyone, but Spirited Away stands as their masterpiece, and continues to be one of the most famous Japanese movies. When 10-year-old Chihiro witnesses her parents being turned into pigs by a witch, she must work in the witch's bathhouse to earn her parents' freedom. What follows is an amazing display of animation and imagination as Chihiro finds herself in a wondrous world parallel to our own, full of quirky characters and bizarre creations. Spirited Away won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, making it the first, and only, non-English language film to do so. This movie got a 8.6 rating from IMDb. Originally released in Japan on July 20, 2001 by distributor Toho, the film received universal acclaim, grossing $395.8 million at the worldwide box office. Available to stream on HBO Max. So, those are some best Japanese movies of all time according to IMDb. We hope this video is useful for you. If there are additional films that you find interesting to watch, please add them in the comments column below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and turn on the bell so you can be notified when we upload a new video. See you on the next video.